She's misunderstood something. You're supposed to be in the car to drive the car. That's Miss Hotching receiving the booth. She's monkeying around, and if she's damaged the car, I'm going to make her pay. There she is again. There she comes. This is the girl in charge of the ship. Miss Hotching receiving the booth. The most beautiful woman in the world.
I said, hello everybody. How nice to see you again and again. I was skating
Down the bonnet of my car.
and
And if you've damaged it,
you're gonna fix it.
you're going to suffer. Yeah, you're going to suffer. Right. If you're wondering where you are and you're wondering what stupidity you've stumbled upon, you've stumbled upon the channel called Marika and me. What do? Well, we wander around various parts of the island of love, which is Cyprus. At the moment, we're parked in a car park outside the Paphos supermarket, which means we're in downtown Coral Bay. There is the sign. It's a rather big supermarket, biggest supermarket maybe in Paphos district, but certainly in the Paya and the Coral Bay district. Got DIY, butchery, fish place, all sorts of things. Stick with us. We're going to go for a little mosey on down, a bit of a snoop catting around in downtown Coral Bay. And receiving the booth is going to be in charge of the ship.
I hope I will behave my driving process as much as I can in order not to get shouted.
Well, I'm going to punish you anyway, because if you scratch the front of the car, you're in big trouble.
What a lovely cafe.
Yes.
By the way.
The supermarket's actually got its own diner, and it's called Phil's Diner. There you go. Good food, sensible prices. Perhaps if the wife's in there shopping, the men can sit there and have a drink. Where are we now? We're coming up to the Coral Bay roundabout. So we're coming from the wrong way. We're coming from Argis Georgis, the far end of Paya and the Sea Caves area. We're going to go right, receiving the booth, into downtown Coral Bay. If you go straight there, you'd go to Paphos in about 20 minutes. This is Coral Bay Strip. Drive nice and slow.
Okay.
And I'm going to name some of the businesses. Let's go and see, so people know what's going on. Bank there if you want some money. Well, roads are Sherlock Holmes. We understand that bit, and they are in most parts of the world, unfortunately. Anyway, that's a little Mazda MX-5. That's the new one. I'm getting a blue one of them next week, but the older model, which I bought off a gentleman.
Wow,
so if you want it, you can
colour.
have it. Right, back to the video. Coral Bay Strip. This is the fun strip of downtown Coral Bay. If you want a drink, if you want a coffee, if you want a souvenir, you want a pair of shorts because unfortunately your luggage got lost, this is the place to come. You've got public toilets, as the sign says over there. You've got the Sereni restaurant, you've got the Othello restaurant, you've got various other restaurants and tavernas, and lots of gift shops and jewellery shops, hire shops, car hire shops. If you want to buy something, you see the booth is monkeying around with the air conditioning. There we are. We need to keep cool because, believe it or not, the temperature in Cyprus is, just let me get it up on the dash, 27.5 degrees. And if you're wondering what time of year it is, well, it's the middle of November. You heard me correctly, it is the middle of November. So, if you're looking for somewhere for some winter sun, Paphos could be the place for you. Where are we now? We're coming down past the Second Cup coffee shop, which means we're going down Coral Bay Boulevard, tree-lined boulevard, and at the very end of it is a whole bunch of beaches and hotels, and of course multi-million euro villas are either side of us. Just over yonder here is the car park, the top car park where you'd park, and you can descend down the pathways to Coral Bay sandy beach, one of the greatest beaches in Paphos, possibly in Cyprus and possibly in the world. Then you've got a hotel over there, and then further on you come to the Coralia Bay beach, and there is a Coralia Bay beach hotel and apartments built right to the rear of that beach, and then in between that is the Coral Bay Beach Hotel and Resort, and that's sandwiched in between the Coral Bay Beach and the Coralia Bay Beach, and of course our #1 superstar, Mr. Paul Butler, and his wonderful partner in crime, Miss Bev. They stayed there, and of course we bumped into their two friends, as they do, all the way from up in Edinburgh, Miss Jeannie big hello and a shout out to you. And of course, we cannot forget the man with the greatest hair that I've seen in a long time, Mr. Gary. When I want a life insurance policy, that's the man I will go and see, that's for sure. And I'll ask him, once I get my hair transplant, if he can organise an insurance policy on it to make sure that it doesn't bugger off again. We'll see the other book.
What a story. Mr. Paul, you're talking about the hair, and I'm talking now about the cheesecake. Do you remember if the second cup has got a nice cheesecake?
It does have two varying different types of cheesecake. It normally has a cherry cheesecake, and it normally has, I think they call it a chocolate brulee cheesecake. And that's the one that I've got you on camera eating.
Actually, we have to go.
And it was very seductive indeed. But we won't elaborate on that, because obviously we are a family channel.
Go left, right?
We're going to go left.
Left.
That's it. My God, vestibular booth orientation is getting that little bit better.
After 100 times of coming here again and again, I did realise
You've
that
realised
I have
where you
to.
are.
Yeah.
Right, tell you what, at the end here, take a left,
Yeah.
and then we'll go into the main entrance to the Coral Bay Beach Hotel and Resort, because you never know. The one and only Mr. Paul Butler may still be there. I think we may have missed him. He's now on his way to the airport, I think, and he's going to get on the plane and go back to Manchester. And we look forward to seeing him again very soon. We're going to stay in contact, obviously. For people who are new to the channel, Paul Butler is the first subscriber to the channel. This man is a hero, a superstar amongst all heroes and all superstars. He is a superstar, super hero. Anyway, this is the luxury hotel that only a man of his caliber could stay in, that's for sure. Let's go
Paul
round.
Butler, we're here. Where are you? We are just calling you. You don't understand? No, Mr. Paul's probably gone.
I believe he's gone, yeah.
I just can smell the smell of his bus, which he took him away from this lovely luxury hotel.
He said it was a great hotel. Never stayed here before. He'd always wanted to stay in this hotel, and this time he spoilt himself. I don't know where you're going, Receivio. There we are. The orientation, as usual. It does say out. See that sign? This is the way out. But Gracevia Booth wanted to go that way for some reason. There we are.
We
Take a left.
just made a respect grade roundabout around the hotel entrance, and we are now. I would sit there and say, Mr. Paul Butler, I cannot. Yes, of course I can.
If I was a real monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are. That's an old video. If you go hunting back, if you put the words Paul Butler in the search, Coral Bay Beach Hotel, you're going to get a few videos that we made for that gentleman. Superstar amongst superstars, absolute hero of ours anyway. Pop into there, Gracevia Booth. That way. You're not listening to what I'm saying, are you? There you go.
Say
This
left,
is the
say
end. Well,
right.
pop into there, that way. Normally is enough. There. Look at that for a view. This is the car park above the Coralia Bay Beach. Let's go through the car park and circle around and come back out. So this is the big car park above the Coralia Bay Beach. Possibly, and I mean possibly, a better beach than even Coral Bay Beach. But obviously there's some discussion and some arguments over that one. But in my humble opinion, I actually think it is a slightly better and a slightly more beautiful beach than even the Coral Bay Beach. And again, if you go hunting through our back catalogue, pop in the words Coralia Beach, and well, you're going to get a couple of videos of us wandering around, monkeying about on that beach. So it's a rather big car park. That's the Coralia Beach Hotel and Apartments. And of course, they've got a great view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. So now we're going to exit the building. Get us the hell out of here, Gracevia Booth. Get us back into Coral Bay. And we're going to go back along the Coral Bay Strip the wrong way. Pull the way out, and then at the out, take a right. That again is the rear of the Coral Bay Beach Hotel and Resort. And as anyone can see, it is a truly huge complex and a very luxurious hotel indeed. And it actually even has its very own harbour, Coral Bay Beach Harbour at the back. and you can have weddings there, you can charter boats from there. There's obviously a jet skiing operation hanging out. Let's take a right. So this is downtown Coral Bay. If you were to go left there, you'd end up in some more villas. You would get out towards the Seacays area, spectacular area by the way, and eventually end up in St George or even the Cap St George Hotel and Resort. If you're going to stay there, drop it in the comments, and guess what? We'll go and have a Snoop Dogg around. Keep going, receiver booth. These are the shops and restaurants to the main entrance of the Coral Bay Beach Hotel and Resort. If you want a taxi, if you want to hire a car, if you want to pop to a supermarket, there's a couple of restaurants. Everything you could possibly want is here, and of course on top of that, that truly is a luxurious 5-star hotel with everything. It even has a shop that sells shorts and t-shirts if your baggage gets lost at the airport, which unfortunately happened to a few people last week. And please forgive the baggage handlers. They were, should we say, terminated with their employment and then brought back to be re-employed on quite a lot less money. So we understand it inconvenienced quite a few people, and I mean quite a few thousand people, we understand that, but please accept our apologies and the apologies of Cyprus for that. But if you were one of those people, I'm sure you would have gone on strike for a lot longer than 2 hours. Anyway, let's hope that the government will intervene, and let's hope that those people will get their salaries reinstated, and let's hope that in the future when you come back to Cyprus, and I hope you will do, you will have a great experience in the Paphos airport, because it's a lovely little airport. It's pretty modern, very clean, nice and small. You arrive there and normally you get through the check-in or check-outs in 20 to 30 minutes, unless you're carrying something you shouldn't be carrying, like, I don't know, a Kalashnikov or something like that, €1 million in cash maybe. But again, on that note, if you have got €1 million in cash and you want it laundered, well, we've got quite a big washing machine, and downstairs in the basement we've got another one. So we can launder that money for you very quickly, and all we would charge is 10%. So very good. Now we're going back up towards the Coral Bay Strip, and of course we're going the wrong way. So we're coming from the beach, which is on the right, up this little hill. We'll see if he wants to say something.
I would, yes, Mr. Paul, sometimes pay attention on me.
I am.
Because 3 times I now wanted to say something, and now everything's gone.
Oh.
The only thing I remember that I like this tree line area.
Yeah.
Honestly, these trees are always catching my eye, and every time I look at them, they look different. The second, I would really want to have some cheesecake. I don't know what's.
Well, there's the second coffee shop, and to be honest, it's gone quiet. So we'll pop in there.
The cheesecake day.
That's it.
And
So,
yes,
we're back on the Coral Bay Strip. We're going to finish, turn round, and now it's not very busy, so you can come and have cheesecake and a coffee with us. And on that note, if you want to click through to our About page, where are you going, Christine?
parking.
No, go that way. Right, let's go to the bottom. On that note, never listens to what anyone says and always goes the wrong way. Now, I think that the Payne brothers were coming to Cyprus this time of year, but I think they got the coordinations wrong because they spoke to Massage and Receiver Booth, and I think they are in Titmandu, as they say. Anyway,
they eventually went to Titmandu?
I think so, yeah. And they are looking forward to...
We're going to scare them then.
We're going to scare the living daylights out of them when they arrive, that's for sure. Anyway, on that note, we were going to go up the Coral Bay Strip. Now we're not, but we came down it that way, so we don't need to go up the wrong way.
But what a lovely houses.
Come back for the next video. I'm going to take her and we're going to get a cheesecake and a coffee in the Second Cup coffee shop, which is probably the best coffee shop in downtown Coral Bay. Thanks for watching.
I have to be concentrated on the road, Mr. Paul.
So come to a stop, Receiver Booth, because this is a T-junction. Thanks for watching.
What a beautiful bushes.